Monster High is something that has pretty much consumed most of my childhood. I've been a fan since the very beginning of the franchise in 2010, and here's my old-ass Dracula doll to prove it. With this obsession came Monster High 13 Wishes. The game. The Monster High 13 Wishes game is a lot of things, and good is not among them, but it is a game I've apparently spent 123 hours and 44 minutes playing, so I'm gonna talk about it. But before getting into the thrilling gameplay that this epic adventure provides, you first have to understand that this is taking place in a parallel universe to the Monster High 13 Wishes movie that came before it. Yes, the Monster High multiverse is real, and this is a different branch of it. So, the story goes a little something like this. Claudine's little sister Howleen gets her claws on a magic lantern and accidentally releases the genie inside, granting her 13 wishes because this is Monster High, goddammit! However, the wishes have a dark side, in the form of the genie's evil shadow sister Wisp, who is hell-bent on corrupting Howleen, making her use her wishes for selfish or destructive reasons, so the very last one can be used to turn Wisp from an unnoticed shadow to a real being of great power. Woo! The movie takes place in a couple of days that lead up to a solar eclipse that will give Wisp a short time frame of strength to be made real, and our main ghouls have to try to stop her by finding the pieces of a magical mirror that will make Howleen immune to Wisp's influence. Also, side note, in canon this mirror was made by the Brothers Grimm, which is... God, I knew the story was in no way concerned with cultural accuracy, but this shit just fucking gets me, to be honest. It's so funny. Now, in the movie, they managed to show Howleen the mirror and save the day, but in the game, they just don't. Like, I guess they just mess up. And now it's our objective to go save our friends from the inside of the lantern and find the mirror pieces. Again. So this starting cutscene is really funny, right? Because on the Wii, you at least get, like, I don't know, clips from the movie. Over here, you get screenshots. It's just screenshots from the movie. And that is how the story is explained to you. Can I play now? No. Oh my god, guys, are you excited? Gameplay is starting. Get ready for a whole lot of, running. This is basically, like, 90% of the game. So, here you are, the main character that nobody likes for some reason, except, like, every man in the franchise, apparently. And your first mission is to head over to the pool. Now, the one thing you'll notice is that the school is insanely empty, and it's actually kind of an eerie atmosphere. In the movie, everyone is acting like a Howleen-obsessed zombie and is, like, wearing masks of her face and stuff. But here, there's very few students. Hey, dudes! I really like your movements. Did you work out? And also, they all act as if literally nothing is happening. In fact, they just give you random fetch quests, some of which relate to the movie, some don't. Anyways, the pool. The pool is where you will be teleported into the lantern for the first time, and boy oh boy, I can't wait for the first cool and interesting magical area to explore. Oh, it's just a desert. Awesome. You know, I love this game. I really genuinely do. But, and I'm saying this with all the love in my heart that I can gather up. This level is so fucking boring. Usually you'd think that the first level of a video game should not be, like, the most grand, whatever. Obviously you want to save that for the final one. But I think it should at least show off a little bit of what your game has to offer. So yeah, there's these Minecraft beacons that tell you where to go, and they give you little objectives and stuff, but it's really mostly just this, with not much else. There is one rather fun section where you control Frankie's hand to get coins and orbs. Okay, so this is the hand section. You can tell because I'm playing the hand. And, well, maybe you can't tell because the recording quality on my phone is absolute dog shit, but... Orb!
You got it. You and the Monster High ghouls all have your own unique strengths.
Unique strengths, my ass, they're called freaky flaws. So, basically, each character has a special ability. Frankie can detach her hand and let it crawl into tight spaces. Laguna can swim and dive. Cleo can teleport for some reason, I don't know. Abby can make bridges out of ice. Draculaura can see hidden platforms. And I kid you not, Claudine can sniff hidden platforms. Yeah, she has Draculaura's ability, but like, basically infinitely worse. This is probably a good time to mention that Ghoulia is not in this game. Like, what? She was part of the gang in the movie, and they gave her no doll and no spot in the game? Justice for her! God damn it, she doesn't deserve this. Anyways, we make it through the boring part of the level. One thing that I find really funny about this game, and that's something that my boyfriend has also noticed, is that they can't say monsters to other creatures that are existing in this world that we would call monsters, because they are monsters. So it's just sand creatures and shadow creatures and whatnot. That being said, I love this part of the game. I don't know why, but this thing has always been, like, adorable to me. I think it's genuinely just a really cute design.
To do a slam attack, press the crouch button at any time while you're in the air.
I forgot that I can crouch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me grab it. Let me grab the thing that I'm supposed to grab. And recruit Laguna, who is actually in her freshwater form here, it seems, which, wow, lore consistency. Although, in the overworld, she's in her saltwater form, so...
Gil and I are enjoying a nice swim with our new friends.
Laguna, this might shock you, but those aren't your friends.
That fucking fake Gil gets me every time. She also never goes into the lantern in the movie, so I guess she just kind of took over Ghoulia's part, which I love Laguna, I really do, but I can't lie, I'm disappointed that Ghoulia isn't here. I'm not gonna get over this. So, we go through the other desert levels, which, thank God, are actually more interesting. There's things in this level. That's more than I could say about the first one. Awesome. Now, there's this challenge in Monster High 13 Wishes. You see all of these structures around? We're gonna have to figure out which ones actually progress the plot and which ones are absolutely unnecessary to go up on. This is something that we're gonna have to deal a lot with in future levels, so... Mainly this fast swimming segment. You know, when I was younger, I used to think that this section was actually, like, really fun. It was one of my favorite things in the game. But after replaying it, like, a billion times, I do not think so anymore. Some platforming pyramids. I'm trapped. And a couple low-stakes puzzles just to open our path forwards. Not sure if it was, like, here somewhere? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how it was anymore, but I'll tune in when I get there. I did it! Yeah, so it turns out that a bunch of the walls just straight up do not have collision, so you can get into the void fairly easily, as long as the water level is high enough. So as you can see, I will soon die. Yeah. Oh my god, I restarted the beginning?! You know, while I'm sliding, look at my cat. Look at my cat. I stopped sliding.
What size wraps are you?
Every time she says that, I think that sounds like a euphemism.
What size wraps are you?
Stop saying that! We then get to an area of the game that I probably have the most childhood memories of. The Ruins. This is a place designed purely for the game, and buddy, does it deliver! My favorite is the grey block rooms. Now this, guys. This is what true game design looks like. Look at this room. Fucking magnificent. Oh. What?! That is way later in the level. I don't... What? I mean, okay, sure. I, like, skipped a huge section, but I guess we're speedrunning this. I don't care. This is actually kind of challenging, I do have to say, with the moving bullshit. Yeah. I'm very good at words. Particularly this one. I fucking hated this room as a kid. I remember sliding down here so many times and just rage quitting. I think that was my first ever experience with rage quits. This room in Monster High 13 Wishes. I should be way more concerned about the coins. Oh my god, first try. First try. First try! I'm proud of myself for that. That's character development. Okay, so this is why I don't feel bad about skipping that other section when I clipped out of bounds and it just like spawned me there. Because this room here is essentially just like the other statue room that I skipped, except now it has a rope. Oh, I fucking love Ultra Kill. It is at the end of these rather frustrating challenges that we meet Abby and Cleo decides to be a bigot?
But how? I am not knowing secret password.
I don't like how much they dumped down Abby in this game.
What? You mean you don't know the secret password? Well, I guess that makes sense since you're, well, you know.
I am having a hard time deciphering what kind of bigotry this is.
Since Abby is what?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, you know.
Cleo, what is your problem? I have a new objective and it is not getting the mirror piece, it is getting to this castle. Every time the void would stop me, but one day, I know, I will reach this thing. And that day will be today. Okay, yeah, sadly, I do not think today will be the day. But one day,
We found mirror piece.
I did it. Why is the camera so high up? I don't like that Cleo doesn't have bangs. They gave Laguna bangs. I am gonna go to bed. Good night. Brother in Christ, I'm filming here. We're back. I kind of forgot that there was a whole boss fight that I missed, so we're gonna do that. We defeat a giant bug thing by hitting it with snowballs and bandages until it dies, and make our way over to the palace and... Wait, we're back in the overworld? Right! I forgot to mention that while in the movie, saving Howleen is dependent on an extremely strict time window, in the game, time is basically frozen. In fact, you can just see the eclipse statically hanging in the sky. So yeah, let's just chill a little here, I guess. There's no rush. The next section of the game is pretty hard to find, not because it is hidden, but because the game doesn't tell you have to go somewhere. Let alone the fact that you have to get a certain amount of achievements to even keep going. So, I guess now it's a fine time to talk about the pool. Oh my god, the pool. I don't like it, and it makes me very uncomfortable. Look at this bullshit. You see, in Monster High canon, this pool is unending. In fact, it has an entire coral reef at the bottom of it, and a whole bunch of sea monsters that live in it. This is even talked about at the end of Monster High 13 Wishes, the movie. However, this is not the case for the game. I'm still going down, by the way. Now that you have access to Laguna and are able to swim around, you might be inclined to explore what lays underneath the surface of the water, only to discover that there is absolutely nothing. Vast amounts of water with no sign of life. It goes down rather far, and it's been fully modeled, but it's completely empty, and way worse than the school. This is how I spent my time as a kid. Okay, sure. Yeah, do that. Yeah, okay, do that too. When I replayed this game for the first time in years with my boyfriend a couple weeks ago, we were both high and could not get over how creepy this pool is. Fuck this pool. We make our way to the library for some reason, where we find another portal and the next chapters of our adventure. No matter how often I play this game, I will never remember where that room is. Oh, never mind, I do remember. The actually cool looking palace. Now this is what I'm excited for. Let's go!
Put some ice on it.
You know, the hitboxes of the enemies in this game are generous, to say the least. I mean, it's not gonna take my breath away, but it's not the grey block room, so. The most interesting thing here is probably the absolute bullshit carpet room that has a billion different routes to take, all of which require you to endlessly wait for a carpet to pick you up and move you to a different platform. And the best part is that most of these routes lead you to character-specific sections to get their stupid skelett collectible, so you might end up just straight up trapped on one of the platforms because you don't have the right character in your team to progress, in which case your only way out is to take a plunge into the void. Don't ask me how I know this.
Watch your step.
I won't, because there's no ice physics in this game. What follows is a bunch of mostly empty rooms and another extremely frustrating section of platforming. Another example of a very generous hitbox. No, this part I hate. Alright, the last jumps! Off we go! Oh my god! I am convinced that those jumps were, like, made to be difficult, right? Like, it feels like you have to jump on the very last frame of your character leaving the platform. After which we unlock Claudine.
What did you just say? I look like yak juice?
She did not say that. And she probably has my favorite model in the game, to be honest. You've probably noticed by now that all of the characters have gotten ponytails, minus Abby, whose hair is actually movie accurate. I've heard that this is because the people working on the game were unable to create proper flowing animations for long hair and dresses, but it probably also has to do with clarity, since the animations would be a little hard to read if your characters all looked like, well, this from behind. I do really appreciate that all of the ponytails look unique though. I'm especially a big fan of Laguna's little fishtail. Anyways, after having a chat with Claudine and de-evilizing her, we get another boss fight, one that gave me quite a bit of trouble when first replaying it, because I foolishly assumed you would have to beat these bugs like you beat every single other enemy so far by, you know, attacking them till they're dead. But it turns out you have to attack with a projectile or close range attack first, and then ground slam them. What? I can normal jump? I thought I had to ground slam them. Never mind, just jump on them, and you get this delightfully squishy sound. Afterwards, you get another section similar to the swimming one all the way in level 2, except on a flying carpet. If missing every single coin was a competition, I would win. This was actually also in the movie. I'm sad that the deadly spinning saw blade room didn't make it in, but I guess we can't have everything. The candle room is the next, and it sure has candles. What even is a candle room? Yeah, this is another pretty unremarkable section, not in a bad way necessarily. It has some pretty fast-moving platforms that can kind of fuck you over at times, but all in all, it's pretty decent. That is, until you get explained Claudine's sniff powers?
You guys smell that?
Why did I write sniff powers? And face another floorless void platforming room. I know, everyone give a cheer! I am getting a really bad feeling! I don't want to do this. This time with the very unwelcome addition of ropes that you have to jump between, which doesn't sound too bad, until you feel a presence. a presence of a Monster High 13 Wishes player's greatest enemy. Bad perspective and janky controls. Yeah, this is kind of a nightmare to traverse, and I died a little bit. With every attempt, she's judging me. I can feel it. But at least I got rewarded by my favorite room in the game after. I love this part. I love this part. I've been looking forward to this. Every time I pulled this off as a kid, I just thought I was so fucking good at video games. And then we get my favorite Monster High character ever, so I can't complain.
I love it! You two really know how to make a girl look her darkest.
Aww.
You know, on second thought, I think this look is better for me. More my style.
Me when I see the orb of remembrance and individuality. Jackie Laura!
We found a mirror piece.
Jackie Laura was always my favorite as a kid, just because, like, she was vegetarian and I was vegetarian, and that's basically it. Look at her! She's so cute! I mean, like, as cute as these models can be, but, like, look! I love her. This is full of cat hairs now. Oh. I have to attack his ass. I see. Then comes the throne room, which sounds grand and epic, but guess what? It's more empty rooms, but now with the addition of vents that hoist you up into the air. And we get more wall jump challenges, except this one is actually kind of hard and defeats the ego I had built up about being good at a kid's game, so I don't like it. More carpet shenanigans, another flying section, which is honestly getting really lame at this point, and another boss defeated later. We make our way to the attic for the last batch of levels, but not before completing 31 of the level objectives. So, you know what that means. This is me when I... This is me when... This is... this is me when... You know, I've never tried to get out of bounds here, which is surprising, honestly. No, I shan't. I shall. God damn it. Hello. Do you like my quality difference? I have had a total of 2 dreams now that this game appeared in. I think I'm losing my mind a little bit. Gil? Since when's he here? Then we are dropped in the library and the maze, and while I do love the aesthetic of this whole thing, it looks barely different from the rest of the palace. Like, yes, the desert section had the grey block rooms, but at least it also had other things. The oasis, pyramids, and ruins all felt like unique areas. Well, this just carries over the aesthetic from the previous levels exactly, and it's kind of a shame. I would have loved to see more outdoor areas, like gardens or pools, maybe platforming section outside on the walls or rooftops of the palace, you know, something to spice it up. Okay, this one I'm kind of like half excited for and half dreading. No messing with the 3 of us.
This library is enormous.
Alright, now the maze. I forgot where I need to go, but I'm gonna kill this guy. I know that I don't need to go there. I see a suspiciously bouncy looking plant. I do like the color schemes in this level a lot, I have to say. Other than that, the maze does have some fun, if confusing, challenges that are, for the most part, pretty doable. I am looking at you, Donkey Kong room. Shocky hand. Let's build an arrow. Should I... Oh! I'm smart! But what does it actually do? I'm pretty sure that with the timing I have, the carpet and the platform are like out of sync. So every time I'm down with the platform, the carpet comes close. And I need to get on the carpet to progress, so I don't really know how to fix this. That cannot be. That I just, like, timed that slightly incorrectly. And it's ruining my whole, like, playthrough of this level. But I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, look! The carpet was just coming close as this one was sinking again. I can't get on it like this. Do I have to replay the whole thing? Oh my god. Hey, guess where it respawned me? No. No, baby. Hey, guess where... We made it back! When one of those sprite thingies is above you, it follows you, and when you stop, it does a little twirl. I think that's really cute. Look at him. He's cozy. Yeah! This is a cool set piece. I like this. It's fun. This is it, guys. This is it. The mirror piece. Are you ready? I'm not ready. Yeah! Now, at the time of recording this, I have not actually played the final boss fight yet. So for the grand finale of this video, and for a game that I love and also love to hate, here is my very first playthrough of the Monster High 13 Wishes final boss since, like, 2016. Hey, so, I got sick. So I'm filming this way later. I am so fucking ready for Monster High 13 Wishes. The final boss of Monster High 13 Wishes. Alright, literally nobody talk to me. This is the biggest moment of my life. Those aren't the characters that I picked.
Weak and powerless, like I was for so long.
Not long enough. Why don't you give us the last mirror piece? If you do, I promise to let you be the first to use the mirror.
Why would Wisp want to use the mirror? The mirror was made so that people can snap out of her influence specifically. What does she get from using the mirror? I don't understand the lore of the game. This animation is slaying, though. Oh, we're just getting into it. Okay. Well, I forgot how to do this. She's too high up. Do I parry it?
Shocking!
Oh my god. I parry it. More Ultra Kill references. Come on. That no sound effect they use like 5 times in this game. And they also use it in the movie.
I'm just glad it's all over. And I'm back with my big sis.
I don't think it's all over because I remember there being a second phase to the boss fight.
It's not over!
I do not remember this at all. The perspective is so bad. I hate it when they lock the camera. Yeah! This I remember!
Electrifying!
Squish. Go girl! Go girl! Oh my god. I'm actually about to die. I'm about to die in Monster High 13 Wishes for like the first time ever. Lord help me. I died! I died in Monster High 13 Wishes. I need to rethink some life choices here. Okay. I swear to god, if they make me watch the cutscene again, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna Alright, so we're back here. Let's try this again. Why is my footage blurry? Yeah, so, I'm not sure what was wrong with me that first attempt, but now we're doing it. If you're wondering why I'm Draculaura now, that's just because I wanted to be Draculaura. I don't have an excuse, okay? There we go.
Genies can't selfishly make wishes. We know. You just got a little carried away, that's all.
I'm not sure if she just got a little carried away, Frankie. I don't... She was a little evil.
It's just, I've always dreamt of being a genie. I can see through you. Literally. I get you.
No, you can't see through her. She just verbatim said that she wishes she could be the genie. And then Gigi was like, oh, maybe one day you'll get the chance to. This isn't... This is a kid's game. This is a kid's game. I love this face.
Goodbye. Thank you.
That voice line over this image is just absolute art. Cinema.
The lantern fell into the deep end of the pool. And at Monster High, the deep end goes down forever.
This is not true for this game. I've said it before. Is that it? That's it! I don't... Oh my god. Okay. Well, I suppose that's it for Monster High 13 Wishes. Let me know if I should 100% this game. Just, I don't know, for fun. And that's it. That's the whole game. I want to thank my co-producers for making the filming process of this video absolutely unbearable. I don't really know how to make longer videos like this still, but also I could talk about Monster High for like literal hours. So if you have any ideas, do tell me, or throw tomatoes at me in the comments, that works too. I would bring you to a related video, but the theme on this channel is inconsistency, and I think the only other gaming related content that I have is my Five Nights at Freddy's animatic. So go watch my Five Nights at Freddy's animatic, and follow me on, I don't know, Tumblr.